Okay, there's some rumors going around. There's a bit of speculation that Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, Don Charles may, and I say may have been let go by Team Dubois. Now, that does seem a bit of a strange one, I'm not going to lie. It does seem a bit of a strange one. I've seen various forums on Twitter report on that. I've also seen several other people say that they've been told by Queensberry representatives that head trainer Don Charles, despite rumours to the contrary, he will be in the corner for Daniel Dubois this Saturday night against Anthony Joshua. I've seen some say that, and I'll just get up, see if I can find one of the articles here, or one of the tweets about it here. I believe it was Everything Boxing said there are rumours going around today that Don Charles is no longer Daniel Dubois' trainer, but probably because he hasn't been around this fight week. There's also a rumour that Dubois has a hand injury. All right, now Everything Boxing tweeted that, and he says, "I severely doubt either are true." And other people have said that, yeah, as I said, they've been speaking to Queensberry representatives, and they've been saying that no, Don Charles will be there on Saturday night in Daniel Dubois' corner. It is a strange one, though. I mean, when you go to, or if you look at a fight week, the team, especially if it's a big fight like this and you're in the main event, the team is, it's like that. You're in your little bubble, you're in your little circle, and everyone who's part of team, look at Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, everyone part of Team Usyk was there. In Team Usyk, everyone part of Team Fury was there. There was no Sugar Hill arriving late, there was no John Fury arriving late, there was no, oh, where's this guy or where's that guy, oh, they'll be here on Fight Night, not to work. There was never any of that. This is strange. Don Charles is based in London, so it's not like he's, if this was in Saudi Arabia and someone said, oh, Don Charles was getting a separate flight to Daniel Dubois, there's been issues at the airport, blah, 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 blah. You could look at that and say, okay, well, some stuff happens, right? But this is in London, this is in Wembley. And in fact, I think some of the grand rivals and all have been in central London, so it's not like he's a million miles away. It's not like he's going from one end of the country to the other and, things can happen, transport, stuff like that. No, it is strange. This is the biggest moment of Don Charles's career as a trainer. Yes, he's trained people like Derek Chisora, stuff like that, but he's never had such a high-profile event like this, and probably never going to make as much money as this in terms of he gets a percentage of what Daniel Dubois makes. So for Don Charles, because again, he's not a trainer that most fighters flock to, certainly not any big fighters who have any way decent name flock to, probably the biggest payday he'll get. So it is strange to me. Some people have been speculating that maybe this is a bit of a mind game trick. Maybe not necessarily I shouldn't laugh, but maybe not necessarily thought of by Daniel Dubois, but people in his team to unravel Anthony Joshua, to get him overthinking. I was talking about that with the guys last night, and we were talking about Joshua, and he's a tendency to overthink, and Ben Davison has erased that from his game. But if you have something like this, where he's looking at Dubois and thinking, oh, maybe he's got this, but maybe he doesn't, because Joshua, I think, is the kind of guy who would do that. Ultimately, I think if this is part of a mind game, I don't see the benefit of it, because you would want to make sure that your opponent doesn't have that much. Your opponent's going to have confidence, but you don't want to give him any other reasons to have any more confidence. If I'm a fighter and I'm going into fight week and I'm thinking, okay, I expect to win, but this is going to be a tough fight. He's not a bad fighter. Oh, he's got an injury? Okay. Oh, is his corner's in disarray? Well, even better. That would actually benefit the fighter you're fighting, I would have thought anyway. I wouldn't have thought it would have him thinking it, have him looking and thinking, corner's in disarray? Okay. It's easy work. You'd think that will be what it is. A lot of people have said that Don Charles in the corner, he's kind of the main voice, but it's a bit like Team Fury, where Sugar Hill is the quote-unquote the main voice, but you've John Fury there saying stuff every 2 seconds. And with Dubois, a lot of people say that that's kind of how it is, that the dad, Daniel Dubois' dad, is there, and he's the one who's really, whatever he says, that's the kind of main thing that goes. Because a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, Don Charles has been instrumental to Daniel Dubois in his last 2 performances. But then Dubois doesn't really mention Don Charles. He mentions the fact that having his dad's voice there was what really got him through those tough moments against Miller and against Hrgovic. So maybe Dubois and Team Dubois, again, I'm only speculating, we don't know. Queensberry have said that he'll be there on fight night, but it is strange. Like, I'm gonna lie, it is strange that Don Charles the biggest week. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe Don Charles is one of these guys where, okay, I'm okay to go to a Saudi show where there's not that many there. Yeah, it's a big grand arrival, but there's not that many people there. But this is a big, red carpet event. It's in London. Everyone knows who they are and stuff like that. Maybe he's just someone who doesn't like that. Maybe. I'm only speculating. I'm only thinking outside the box there. But very strange one. Don Charles still not present for Dubois' fight. And rumours, I think you'd be flipping mental to bin a trainer, your head trainer 3 days before a fight. I think you'd be absolutely stark raving mad. But we'll wait and see. We'll probably know more today as the day progresses. So let's wait and see. I'll leave it there. Hit the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, as always, if you haven't already. Peace.